Hi, welcome back to the Dally Diaries. My name's Kristel and I'm so happy you found me. Today we are going to do a second video with the beautiful Midnight Serenade palette from Lethal Cosmetics, which is a German indie brand. Now, I did not know what to expect when I first got my order from Lethal because I've heard mixed reviews over the last 2 years, but it seems like everything they've been releasing this year, the formula's been really good, and I am so impressed with this formula and I love the color story of this palette so much that I wanted to do a second look with it. So that is exactly what we're going to do today. If that sounds good to you, stay right there and let's dive in. Oh yeah, it's a hair washing day too, so I'm wearing my beautiful Indigenous art bandana and I've got this gorgeous t-shirt on that my parents brought back for me from Tasmania. It's got a cute little echidna on it, and again it's by an Indigenous artist in Tasmania. So yeah, I just think it's gorgeous. So let's do this. So if you haven't seen the first look that I did with this palette, I used, it went quite dark. I used sort of this shade, this one, and well, actually I used a whole bunch of them, but it was quite dark and it definitely featured these two quite heavily. So I think I want to do something a little lighter today, maybe a little bit more neutral. So I'm gonna maybe use this one, and whatever else takes my fancy, maybe this one. But I think we're gonna start basically in the same way we did yesterday and using this particular shade here, which seems to be kind of the only, I guess, transition shade there, which is fine with me because it goes with everything. This is Crescent. And I'll be taking my Sigma. Voice is breaking. It always happens when I start filming. It's because I haven't spoken to anyone else today except for my dog. But anyway, this is the E40 tapered blending brush from Sigma. I have had a bit of a rough start to the day. I did mention in my last video my endo's been really flaring lately, and I have these low blood pressure spells where I pass out, and that happened to me this morning. But luckily I felt it coming. So I was in my bedroom and I have carpet on the floor in there, and I definitely felt it coming. And so I thought I was going to be sick. It's this combination of like wanting to be sick and then passing out at the same time. And I basically passed out on my bedroom floor, and Billy, my cavoodle, was under my bed at the time, and he came out and I came to with him just licking my face. So he's basically a hero. I'm just zooming you in a little bit so you can see better what's happening here. Yeah, so not the best start to the day, but I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I've had, I always lose count. I think I've had like 6 or 7 surgeries related to endo. Not all of them were excision surgeries. I had a surgery to put in ureteric stents and then had them removed a while later, and I've had some surgeries to do with my colon, my bowels, and yeah, it's just been a lot going on and I'm still struggling. I've had all of the contraceptions that are supposed to help. I think what I'm considering now going to see a naturopath. Actually, well, I'm more than considering it. I have a free phone consult with one in a few days. Has anyone tried a naturopath for any issues that they might have, any illnesses or, you know, body gripes? If so, I'd love to know how it went for you. I'm open to anything, basically. I've tried everything and I will continue to try everything because I'm one of those people that actually wants to live my best life, and I never understand people that don't do anything about, you know, if they have a problem with their body or their health and they're just like, oh yeah, and they just complain about it but never do anything. I don't get that. All right, so that transition shade is on, looking great. I will say it's very expensive to try and get medical help, so I understand if that's the reason that holds someone back. Now let's use this Haven shade. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy this shade or not because it's quite a cool toned brown, almost a grey brown, and I prefer warm browns, but in the spirit of trying, let's do it. Taking a little Oden's eye brush. You right, baby? Billy's on a mish. Not sure what he's doing exactly. Doesn't look too bad. So that brown is going on the outside. So anyway, that's me. If I pass out mid-vid, don't worry about it. I always bounce back. Oh my goodness. Shout out to my fellow chronic illness sisters and brothers. Now I'm going to use a smaller Sigma blending brush. It's the Precision Firm Blender. And I want to obviously just soften that out a bit. Okay, that's nice, but I want to go a little bit, I want a little bit more depth. And to get it, I might actually add some pink into the mix as well. I'm going to use this shade. Actually, okay, pause that, rewind. I'm going to use the same shade that I used with transition, but this time I'm going to use it with a packing brush. Cool, I like how that looks. Just for a little extra in the inner here. I hope everyone's having a great New Year's season. I might need to resolve to buy less makeup for my resolution. Yeah, that looks nice. All right, now for a little bit of depth, picking up this one. I don't know if this is from Inglot or Medium Makeup where I studied. I think it's potentially Inglot. But anyway, it's a dense, small packing brush and delving into the shade Blood Moon. Nice. I can't help it. I just like that better than a cool toned brown. Okay, I just prefer it. So I'm basically covering up that cool toned brown now. It's just much more my jam. I wonder how dark that brown goes if I use it on a smaller, denser packing brush. I'm just going to experiment a little bit. I'm going to use that same brush that I used a moment ago, and I'm going to go back into that Haven shade. I'm not sure, yeah, how much depth this is going to give me. Okay. So not a huge amount, but I like the way that it looks in conjunction with that Blood Moon tone. I think it's nice. Yeah, I like how that looks. Just going to blend it out again. If you want real intense depth with this palette, then you're probably going to have to go for the velvet shade here or this black in the corner. But we used the black yesterday and I don't really want to go with black today. I want to not go that dark. Right, next up, taking this little teeny weeny brush from Inglot, a 13p. I don't even know if they still make this. It's from when I used to work for them a long time ago. And I'm gonna pick up this beautiful metallic brown shade called Obscura. Sounds like something from Harry Potter, which I love. Oh, sorry, I also dampened that brush. I think I forgot to mention that. It's a really pretty brown. And then I want to use, oh, this is such a toughie. I don't remember if I even used the shade Tempest in my video yesterday, but that's this one right here. So I'm just taking the same brush. I don't know, can't remember. Gosh, that's really pretty. I wasn't even gonna, this is not going the way I was planning it to go today. It's just too fun to play with these beautiful shades. I'm not disappointed though, because it's stunning. Just had a little reminder on my phone. I've got to give myself an injection in my stomach today. It's always a good time. It's a treatment that I'm trying for my migraines. Wow, this is beautiful. I love that shade. That is so spectacular. I'm gonna bring that down to the corner, but I'm not putting any more on my brush because I want it to sort of disperse a little bit towards that inner corner there. Crikey, this is a beautiful palette. I really like this. I'm definitely going to be trying more Lethal Cosmetics palettes. Now I'm gonna use my little tool that I was born with, my finger, and dipping into the shade Continuum, which is another duochrome there. I want to just place that in the center there. Oh, I'm so into this palette. It's a dream for people that like more neutral toned multi-chromes. That looks really cool, which I definitely appreciate because I don't always want to wear like bright blue eyeshadow because I don't necessarily love blue eyeshadow. I wear it sometimes, but it's not my go-to. So I love to have a special shade that can sort of fall into the neutrally category but still be like amazing. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask? Definitely want to use this shade Enchantress on my lower lash line. I'm just deciding for the inner corner because the eyeshadow in this palette that is inner corner appropriate is sort of a blue to pinky purple shift. And I don't know that I want to go blue in the corner today. I did that with the other look I did. I think I'm going to use something a bit independent of that. And I'm just going to go in with my Oden's Eye Ella single eyeshadow. And yeah, putting it on my finger to start with. It's not damp, it's just dry. Dry like my sense of humor. I'm an Aussie, what do you expect? Yeah, that's very complimentary. I love it. I feel like the British and Australian sense of humor translates really well to each other, but sometimes people outside those countries don't really understand our sense of humor as much. All right, for lower lash, actually, before I do that, let me just do a little bit of blending. I'm dipping back into that first transition shade that we used, the Crescent, for up the top here, just to bring everything together. And for the lower lash line, again, I'm going to take the shade Crescent. Now I am tapping off my shades because they are a little powdery, but certainly nothing to write home about in that regard. I really like this formula actually. Find it really easy to work with. Very blendable. Yeah, I like that for down there. I don't think I want to darken that up anymore. I'm going to attempt to use this Refa 03 pencil brush with this beautiful pink shade called Enchantress. Yeah, I was just guessing that, but yeah, that's right. Lucky guess. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't planning on extending it that far, but there it is. And now, coming back in with that matte shade. Oh, this is a pretty one. I love this. I love this look. Sweet. So that is where we are at so far. I'm just going to pop on some eyeliner and I'm going to be using if you watched the other video, you would know that I got the mystery bag from Lethal, and in it was one of these gel liners, which the shade is Phase, and it's one that I had been wanting to buy for myself for a very long time, so I am super excited to have it. For some reason, I am failing to locate my favorite Sigma angled eyeliner brush, so we're going to use this one from Arttitude Cosmetics that came with the Split It Painter's palette. I highly recommend. If you haven't tried Arttitude Cosmetics, which is a UK indie brand, get on it. Their formulas are wonderful. Okie dokie. I think I have 2 videos up with the Arttitude Cosmetics Man Eater palette because I loved it so much. And I also love the Cake Liner palette. The Water Activated Cake Liner Splitter palette is so good. It's really cool. There's so many amazing eyeliner shades in there. And once it goes on, it just stays on beautifully. The color didn't fade at all. Incredible. I love this shade. It's a little similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner. That color is just the perfect complement to this eyeshadow palette. Abso-bloody-lutely. And popping my Colourpop cream gel liner in Bay Breeze into my waterline. Would look great with a purple liner as well, actually. Love it. Gonna put my mascara on and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with my mascara on. It is my Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions mascara over the top of my Tarte Opening Act Lush Primer, and that is how the eyes are looking. Very pretty, very pretty. Let's see, let me play with this light for a sec. That's how it looks in more light. And that's how it looks in less light. Were we about here somewhere? I honestly don't even remember. Yeah? Okay, cool. Let's put some blush on and, oh, crikey. Just destroying everything. It's either going to be my Sigma blush or my Danessa Myricks. I think I'm going to go with the Sigma. So this one is the cream blush in Corderosa. It's quite new to my collection. And I'll be applying that with this Rebel, what is it? Rebel Edge Medium from Real Techniques. It does have a little mirror in this compact too. Now this one does pack pigment, but you can build it. You just got to go in lightly. It's very pretty. You can see it really well in real life, but obviously the camera fades it a little bit. I wish I could film in natural light, but I just can't. There isn't enough. But I think, hang on. There you go, you can see. It's a beautiful pinky, earthy, beigey tone. This little remote's so cool, so handy. For highlight, actually I brought my Melt Stargazer highlight with me today, so we might use that one of the digital dust highlighters. And I've got a new fan brush from Sigma that we can try. I think I've used it maybe once. I like the size of this. I've never had a decent fan brush. I've always had like super crappy ones. And I like that this is smaller, so it's a really nice highlighter from Melt. I don't really want just one like straight line, so I like to also sweep it down a little bit and blend it through to my blush. Delightful. Right, I just quickly popped my moles back on my face, and if you saw the first video I did with Lethal Cosmetics, I pulled this out of the mystery bag and went, oh, it's brown. And then I proceeded not to use it in that video, but we are going to put it on today because I've brought a pinky gloss I can put over the top of it because I know I'm just not going to like the color by itself. So this shade is Ambient. I just don't look great in brown lipstick. It feels really nice, really lightweight. So that is how that looks by itself. And honestly, it could be worse, but it's just not my fave. So what I'm gonna do is go over the top of that with my Vive Lip Dew in the shade Cherry. It's not my favorite. I just don't really like brown on me as far as lips go. Everything else, yes. Lips, no. So this is a pinky gloss. Oh, it's a lip oil actually. And there we go. I like that so much better. I think that's so much nicer. Voila, that is the finished makeup look using Lethal Cosmetics Midnight Serenade Eyeshadow Palette, their gel liner and the I think it's like a plush lip or something. Let's zoom you out. Okay, complete. Finito, voila, that is it. We are done for another video. I'd love to know what you thought of this look. You can leave me a comment below. I love to hear from you. You guys are the best. And please subscribe before you leave if you haven't been here before. I will be back with you very soon. I still have sitting in front of me these palettes from Adept Cosmetics, the Alien 115 palette, and this came free when I ordered it. It's the Gianna, I think it's a contour palette. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go with this one, but hey, we'll give it a go. And this is the stunning Element 115 palette that is going to be popping up very soon on my channel. I've also got 3 palettes from What's Up Beauty that are waiting for me to do looks with them. So there is a lot happening, and yeah, it's all going to be great fun. So don't miss it. I'll see you again very soon, right back here at the Dally Diaries. Take care. Have a great day or night wherever you are in this big wide old world, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.